Welcome to the Roadmap, Benzinga's NFT show. We got a good one for you today. We're going to be talking about the top 10 NFTs of last week by sales volume. Get into a debate and talking about free mints, right? Are free mints here to stay? Is that the new, market for NFTs, or is this just a fad? We'll be talking about a free mint involving a sports icon today that you can get involved in, and also taking a look at news and headlines from the NFT market. Don't go anywhere. This is the Roadmap. All right, everyone, as you heard me say, this is the Roadmap, Benzinga's NFT show. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor. Today's episode is sponsored by FTX US, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world in terms of trading volume and daily users. The FTX app is used by over 6 million people to buy crypto and NFTs with no transaction or withdrawal fees. You can use your phone or computer. The FTX US trading platform offers NFT trading on both the Ethereum and Solana blockchains with no gas fees. To find out more and sign up for your own FTX account, click on the link in the description below and also in the chat right now and let FTX know that Benzinga sent you their way. Want to give a quick shout out to everyone joining us live. We got Mexican Crypt, Lord Byron in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us. If you're here watching us live on YouTube, drop a comment or a GM in the chat. Those comments will appear on the screen throughout today's episode. And also a shout out to everyone watching the replay and listening to us as a podcast. If you're on YouTube, please go ahead and smash that like and share this video to increase the viewership and show Benzinga some love. What's up, Rello? Another GM in the chat. And I think it's time to get into today's show. So today, Alyssa and I are going to be talking about some news and headlines. It looks like, Alyssa, are you good to go? All right. Well, let me bring on my co-host. We've got producer Alyssa joining the stream today. What's up, Alyssa?
Hey, what is up? I'm actually pretty excited to talk about what there's so much. There's so much.
There's a lot. I don't think we're going to get to all the topics today, but I mean, you shared this one with me before we started the stream. This one seems very hot off the press, so I definitely want to get to it. Not exactly a fun story to talk about, but Nate, who is a former employee at OpenSea, who of course was let go due to some insider trading allegations, has been charged in the first ever digital asset insider trading case brought by the U.S. Department of Justice. Again, this is fairly new news out there. And for anyone not familiar with the story, this was last September. So if you go to OpenSea, on their homepage, they feature several NFT projects. Those featured projects usually get a lot of attention, right? People see them. The sales volume activity may pick up. The allegations say that Nate was front running, so he knew ahead of time what collections were going to be featured on the homepage, and he was buying them. And then after the volume and the floor price went up, he was selling them. So right here on the homepage, you can see Artifact sneakers there. So let's say that a week ago, OpenSea knew that that was going to be featured. Their employees should probably not be buying into a project before it's featured on the homepage. Again, Nate is no longer an employee at OpenSea. Alyssa, I mean, I think that's the big storyline for me. Nate's no longer at OpenSea. Let's start with the big picture of OpenSea. Does this case from the U.S. Department of Justice, does it hurt OpenSea even though it's a former employee, or is this going to be a non-event for the leading NFT marketplace company?
That's a good question. And I honestly don't know. I don't think it's going to have a big effect because it was bound to happen, you know.
Yeah, and I don't think OpenSea is named, in the case, right? I think it's
Yeah.
just him as a defendant. So it's not like OpenSea is on trial here, right? If anything, I feel like OpenSea is going to end up supporting the Department of Justice, right, and
Mhm.
making that case against him. So to me, I don't think this. I feel like if it was a smaller marketplace, this would hurt them. But
Yeah.
OpenSea they have a clear lead, right? And we've
Mhm.
seen, Looks Rare, Coinbase, other marketplaces come, and they haven't really impacted OpenSea's business yet. So I mean, I think it's kind of, a wait and see, but I think at this point, I just don't feel like it's going to hurt OpenSea. If
Yeah.
anything, you're going to see people outside of the NFT space, use this as an example to criticize NFTs, right? But it's really a one-time event. What do you think of that, Alyssa? Is this a one-time, or is this something that maybe is happening more frequently and could come to light now with this first case?
I think some more might pop up, maybe even in the smaller, newer platforms, and maybe then it'll have a bigger effect towards them. But I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any mass problems unless there was a ton. Like the list was like huge of insider trading. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And that's something that we've talked about, right? Where like everything's on the blockchain. So like if you buy and sell an NFT, it tracks the wallet. The biggest thing is these anonymous wallets, right? Or moving stuff from one wallet to another. Which I think is why it took so long, for Nate to get caught before. But someone eventually figured it out, right? They found
Mhm.
this wallet that had bought NFTs. Then that project was featured on the homepage, sold them, and it just kept happening. So again, everything's on the blockchain. Like people that do this eventually, I think they will get caught, and that's one of the positives. So ultimately, I think we have a neutral event here, a positive and a
Yeah.
negative.
True. True.
But we will keep an eye on that storyline, of course, and we'll let viewers and listeners know what the progress is of that. Because again, this is the first ever digital asset insider trading case. So it's going to be a landmark one way or another. So definitely worth keeping an eye on. Speaking of keeping an eye on, one of the things we always like to talk about is the top 10 NFT projects by sales volume for the past week. This is an article I put out on benzinga.com right there using data from CryptoSlam, which is a leading sales volume indicator. Last week, of course, number one, if you have not heard of it yet, Goblin Town, followed by Other Deed for Other Side, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Trippin' Ape Tribe, which we had on the show last week. Make sure you check out that interview. Mutant Ape Yacht Club, AI Moonbirds, Moonbirds Oddities, So Rare, CryptoPunks, and Moonbirds. We're going to be diving into Goblin Town and AI Moonbirds in a little bit when we talk about our free mints. But I just want to highlight, I mean, Goblin Town, I mean, being number one is quite impressive for a full week, right? And we had Trippin' Ape Tribe on last week. They were number one for a 24 hours time period. But for the week, they ranked number four. And that, of course, is a Solana project. It was great to have those guys on. And Trippin' Ape Tribe, I mean, ranking fourth for the week, and then AI Moonbird sixth, Moonbird's Oddities, which was an airdrop to Moonbird's holders. So, Alyssa, for the first time in a couple weeks, we had a couple new projects rank in the top 10. Is that a sign of what's to come, where we start to see these new projects get into the top 10 and not just the same old, blue chips and old projects there?
I hope so. I do. I hope so. Though, like Moonbirds is on this list like what 3 different times? Yeah.
Yeah. So Moonbird's 10th place, and then Moonbird's Oddities, which was the airdrop, and then AI Moonbirds is actually a free mint, a kind of derivative project, which we'll get into in a minute. But yeah, so Moonbirds appears on the list 3 times, and then also Other Deed, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and Mutant Ape Yacht Club, of course, are all Yuga Labs. So 3. So I mean, Alyssa, that's 6 out of your out of your 10 are connected to those 2 projects. So I mean, as far as having new ones, we still see some of the same old ones too. CryptoPunks coming in at 9th was a bit of a surprise too, because their floor price actually dropped below 100,000 USD for the first time in a while. Alyssa, you think we start to see punks come back, or was that just kind of a one-time event here, maybe with a couple bigger sales?
I think it's a one-time event.
Yeah, same.
I
Unfortunately for them, but yeah, yeah.
still need to see a little bit more out of the punks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just nothing going on. Like, it's just, it's always quiet behind the scenes, and it's always been kind of like a status thing, right? Owning a punk, having a punk as your PFP, but what does it do? Where's the utility, right? Everyone wants utility, and they want value, and they want a lot of things, right? And CryptoPunks, I just don't see, being there. Outside of the top 10, we had Azuki ranking 12th. That was up there because they were in the top 10 the week before, but prior to that, they were ranking around the like 20 spot. And then Alyssa, we talked about it last week. Solana Summer. So last week we saw Trip and Ape Tribe rank in the top 10. OK Bears ranked 16th. And Bunnies and Homies and DeGods also ranked in the top 30. So 4 Solana projects in the top 30. Alyssa, I think, what's your prediction like now until the end of the year in the top 30 weekly sales? What do you think the highest is we ever see for Solana? Do you think 4 is up there, or you think Solana projects will be able to, pass that for the top 30 before the end of the year?
I honestly see more projects popping in from Solana, and like maybe like Bored Ape will still be up there. Yeah, no, Bored Ape will be up there, Mutant Apes, and then I think just a bunch of Solana projects. That's what I think as we go through the summer, through the end of the
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
I kind of feel like I don't think it's gonna be like a 15 or like a 20 of the top 30. I think maybe we see like 7 or 8. Does that sound like probably
Yeah.
more reasonable, right?
Yes.
And I mean, Alyssa, remember when we used to look at this list, right? Like the top 10 or the top 25, right? And there would be a ton of Ethereum. There'd be like one Solana, but then there'd also be NBA Top Shot, right, on Flow. There'd be Kadabra on Avalanche. I think we're going to see that more diversification across the different chains. We're starting to see more and more blockchains being used for NFTs. And I think that's maybe where we're headed, is the top 25 is like 50% Ethereum projects, 50% everybody else kind of mixed together. With Solana probably leading the way with this summer and some of the bigger names. So that was the top 10 list. And again, Trip and Ape Tribe was on the episode last Thursday. That was a huge one. If you want to find out more about the tribe, that is, of course, not a cult, make sure to go back and watch that episode for some exciting comments from them, and also that wonderful chat that we had going throughout the episode. Alyssa, that was definitely a fun interview that we did last week,
Yes,
right?
it was. Yes, it was. It was a lot of fun.
All right, well, let's get into one of the big subjects here, right? So let's talk about free mint. So as I said, goblins, right? So let's take a look at Goblin Town, right? This one has surprised me, and I know some people have said that they maybe weren't surprised by this. I'll be honest, right? I can say I was surprised by this, and I remember exactly where I was. I was sitting in a chair at VCon, and I was waiting for a speaker to come on, and I happened to like pull up Twitter and take a look and see, what was trending and all that. And I saw this project called Goblin Town. It was a free mint I missed out on because I was, busy working and meeting people at VCon. But I saw it at 0.2 on the floor, like 0.15 or something on OpenSea. And I almost bought one, Alyssa. I really did. Like, I can honestly say that, but I didn't. and I own 0 goblins, and I have watched them absolutely skyrocket. 7.5. It was like 6 earlier today when I looked,
I saw it
Alyssa.
at 8 earlier.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, this is insane. It passed Cool Cats yesterday. It passed a bunch of other projects. I mean, 7.5. We're getting up there now in Ethereum. For this one being, on a new level.
Yeah.
I don't think I would call this a blue chip by any means. All right, Alyssa, let's try to break this one down. First off, artwork.
Yeah.
Are you a fan or not a fan of Goblin artwork?
I'm actually a fan of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's like I feel like I saw it best. Someone say that it's like intentionally bad. Like
Yes.
it's not just bad artwork. Like it's done that way for a reason. And
Yeah.
there's a reason behind that, and for that I think that it's good. Now, would you make this your PFP if you owned one on Twitter? Over like
Yes.
another one.
No, I think I would actually.
Yeah.
I think I would. Only maybe because it's at like 8 ETH,
Because
but
of the status.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But
know if I would rock this as my PFP for forever, or
not
for too
forever.
long.
Yeah.
Because I feel like anyone outside the NFT space, I mean, it's definitely it could be a question starter though. Hey, what's that PFP you have?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so you saw 8 earlier. We're at 7.5. Like, not financial advice, but like, do you see this just keep on climbing to like 10, 20, or like are we starting to reach like a peak until they actually announce like who they are, what they're doing, and that stuff? Like, do they need a catalyst, or is this just going to keep going up on its own?
See, when they first came out and it hit like 1 ETH floor, I was thinking this is it. That has to be it. But then it just kept climbing, and then yesterday, Logan and Ryan mentioned that it was 8 ETH. Okay, and then I'm like, you say that again?
Yeah.
So I want to say it'll stop, but like at this point, I don't know. It could keep going. It's already like exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, and you're definitely seeing, a lot of people who, own Bored Apes, have been in the NFT space for a while, also own goblins, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not just one of those projects where, like, it's all these new people jumping in, right? So the big thing for me, the big takeaway is that, like, I still think that whoever created this project is like an influencer or the creator of another project. Would you agree with that, Alyssa? This is someone who's been in the NFT space and knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I think so too. Like literally like a hey, watch me do this kind of thing. Like, guess what? Let me do this.
Yeah,
And then
like,
they
hey,
did it.
I bet I can create
Yeah.
a new NFT project and take it to like 4 or 5 or something. Like, was it like a bet, or like?
It could have been a bet, maybe. Like, it's so well done. I don't know.
Now, so based on the success of the project already with an anonymous team, let's say the team fully wanted to, reveal or dox themselves 2 months in, right? Let's say that was part of their plan. Do you think they're questioning now, do we need to do that, or do we just keep rolling with what's already happening? Like, is there a reason now for them to dox themselves and to like reveal who they were, or are we just past that?
I'd keep milking it. I'd stay anonymous. Like I've noticed through streamers, like gamers, people love being like they love the anonymous people, and
Yeah.
I get it. And I don't know. I think they'll stay anonymous. I would.
Yeah. I just feel like at this point, like, there just really isn't a reason. Like, and I mean, also like utility. Like, I know there was like an egg they shared on Twitter. There was gonna be like some, updates, stuff like that. I just feel like until the floor like goes down a bunch, like they can probably, I guess milk is the right word. Like, they can just milk this and kind of sit on it and keep doing what they're doing. Like, I don't think they really need to put that much forward. What they're doing now is already working.
Yeah, did you see the 101s?
Okay, so there's a Steve Aoki one,
Yeah.
right, that went for like 28 ETH.
This one,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. But who was
Yeah.
that bought by? Sandbox, right?
Was it?
Sandbox game,
Oh,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh my
I didn't know
goodness.
that.
Yeah, so the Sandbox game bought, and then is that the top sale? Oh
It
my
is. Yeah,
goodness.
it is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, is this the 101?
I
It
did
has to
see
be.
that one.
Yeah. Who let
Yeah.
that orc in her?
Oh my goodness.
Her.
Yeah, like these people know what they're doing,
Hmm.
and I don't want to say that like I'm jealous, but like ultimately like I wish I would have gotten in on this because I think it's fun. I do also wonder like how long it will last going the way it is, right? I feel like maybe when another big project launches, right? Like, was that the biggest thing for them, Alyssa? Is like it was a free mint, plus there wasn't like a lot of other like new mints happening, so they ended up where people then were like, yeah, I'll put my ETH into this and take a flyer.
Maybe. I didn't even like hear about this project at all, but like the fact that it is so popular right now,
Yeah,
I don't know. It has to do with the free mint, maybe. I don't know.
yeah. So. Uh, I mean, we could probably look at these like all show long, all the different art and stuff. But I know there was a couple other free mints that happened kind of around the same time. One that caught my attention and another one that I almost bought was Elf Town. And this one, kind of that same, like trying to create like a mystery and lore around the characters. It was a free mint and I saw it at like I don't know 0.05 0.06 before I think it's like 0.16 now. It jumped overnight. Alyssa, had you seen these elves?
No. No.
What do you think of the elf artwork?
Okay, when did they come out? I lost connection.
I think it was May. I think it was a couple
Really?
weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah,
And it was a free mint?
free mint.
Okay. Huh.
Oh, here, let me here's a roadmap or a map, I guess I should
Danke.
say from today. Now, the thing that elves are trying to do is they're kind of trying to play like a battle against the goblins. Like they minted and it was like, hey, like elves are gonna pass goblins. And then like you look at the roadmap here and it says release elves versus goblins. Two projects come together for holder versus holder
Ooh.
battle.
Oh
What
my gosh. Hold
is
on a
there? Is
minute.
there a connection
There
here?
has to be because it's goblintown.wtf,
So
elftown.wtf.
how are
Someone.
how are elves not flying right now? I know they were last night. Oh, okay. The sales. Yeah, go to the activity, Alyssa,
Activity,
on
activity.
OpenSea. Oh, we might have broke some here. I'm seeing a ton of sales in the last hour.
Hmm.
So I don't know. 0.18. Now I'm intrigued. If I can't have a goblin, maybe I want an elf instead. What if this is
Now,
like this is all like some company or some big NFT person and they're literally launching like 5 collections all together and they're all gonna end up like tying
this
in together.
is smart. I
Like the
didn't even know about
genius,
this.
the smartest NFT marketing of all time. We're
Literally.
witnessing it right here. Goblins, elves, and then you know what? There's actually another one. I don't think I have it on the dock. Why do I feel like ogre? I thought there was a ogre. Oh, yep, ogre swamp. No, that's not it. Now I gotta search on Twitter. I feel like there was another ogre town WTF. Nope, that's not it either. I swear there's another one that was like battling against them. Maybe someone in the chat knows, but Alyssa, I mean, based on this, like, not financial advice, but like, I feel like elves could keep going up now, and I don't know if they've done like an AMA or done a lot of Twitter Spaces or not, but um, I just feel like there's something to elves, and if there's a connection there, This is really intriguing. I mean, what are your thoughts now, Elf Town? Like, I feel like there's got to be a connection, right? Or are they just trying to absolutely milk it and connect themselves to it?
No, I can actually see like I'm imagining either this is like the NFT influencers coming together, like they can't draw at all, but like watch me do this kind of thing, or someone I don't know was playing D&D one day, and they're like, "Dude, we can do this. Let's do elves versus goblins," and then like, and if there is another one that you found, like three, I don't know. That's kind of it's really cool. I love this concept, and I love how terrible the art is.
Yeah, and so we've got on that roadmap too. There's a free airdrop coming for Elf Town, the return of the winged ones. And it looks like I don't know what would you call that. It's got like antlers and wings and a tail. Some mythical creature there. What creature is that, Alyssa?
I don't know. I can come back later and report on what creature that is, maybe. But right now, I don't know.
I mean, a free airdrop though. Would you want one of those?
Yes.
It looks kind of sweet.
Well, knowing that this is kind of probably connected to the goblins, I'd want anything to do with touching it, maybe, you know? So free
Okay,
airdrop with that.
someone calls it a fire breathing elf deer
Elf.
in the comments on Twitter. I don't know if that's a real thing. But yeah. But yeah, like they have this whole thing, like, and they also use a font, kind of like what Goblins
Yeah.
did, right? Where you like do a different font. And a post from 15 minutes ago: the battle between the elves and goblins will go down in history. Choose your side. Hashtag elves versus goblins. Hashtag Elftown. Hashtag goblin going down. I don't know. It's weird to me though, Alyssa. I don't know why. Probably from all my writing that like I see it as elves, ELFS, and I want it to be ELVES because like I feel like that's the plural.
Yeah.
So nothing against them, but I
It's
feel
the writer
like
in you.
the writer in me is like, wait a sec, this project doesn't know how to spell, but maybe that's what makes it so cool. Man, I wish I could think of that other one now. But like the and so elves actually put out like a roadmap or this thing.
Mhm.
I don't think goblins have.
No.
So like part of me then is like, okay, maybe they're not connected, and elves are literally like trying to like just get ahead of them. And like I don't know, because goblins didn't share anything from elves. I don't know if they don't follow each other either, do they? Because goblins only follow 6 people.
That That's a
Okay,
good
wait a
point.
sec.
What?
Goblins follows 6 people, and one of them is Do Kwon, the founder of Luna that just collapsed. Like, is that a
Yeah.
troll job here? Like, or is this the new stable coin? Is goblins?
It's a good question. I think this is a whole like troll unknown
Yeah,
move. And like I don't know, the fact that the elves included goblins in their roadmap, it just makes you think they're already like, you know, it's already decided.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
ju- all right, let's talk. This has been exciting. Let's move on to a couple other free mint. This next one is another one that I missed, and I'm kind of mad because, like, if I would have seen these, like, even if their like roadmap isn't great, even if the project doesn't sustain, these are just sweet art wise, right? So this project launched, and it was originally called AI Moonbirds. They changed their name because Kevin Rose, the co-founder of Proof and Moonbirds, put out a tweet saying that he wanted the derivatives of Moonbirds to stop using the Moonbirds name. So AI Nightbirds, Alyssa, what do you think of the artwork on these? Like, these are
Sweet.
like, I feel like amazing. Like,
Yes.
I mean, Moonbirds are awesome, but to me, like, I don't know, I kind of like these better.
I think you could take one of these and throw it up in a museum out in
Yeah.
Paris. and people will be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's so good."
Yeah, like I would put that like on the wall back here. Like that
Yeah,
is a
that's good.
total like art frameable. Like again, I have no idea what the future utility is here, but like I think they took Moonbirds, they didn't just copy it, they did their own thing with it. So Kevin Rose then tweeted about it and told them thanks for changing their name. And after he did that, it went on a little run. We're back to, oh, I guess I don't have it up anymore, but I feel like the floor price isn't
It's
crazy
a
anymore.
0.188.
Yeah, 0.188. I remember seeing these at like 0.1, and I think they went to like 0.3, 0.4 before coming back down. But again, these just look sweet. Back to
Ooh,
that. Oh, what are these?
ooh.
Is that the one of ones?
These are like the highest last sale.
Oh my goodness.
Alien Soul. Is that the trait? That's cool.
Those look
No,
sweet.
never mind. They look sweet. Okay.
Alyssa, back to that point of Kevin Rose, his comment of derivatives not using the same name. Do you think a founder of a project has the right to like say like, hey, don't copy us, don't release a derivative? Do you think they should publicly say that, or are they actually just backfiring and bringing more attention to these derivatives and getting people to buy in anyways?
I think it does bring in more attention, but it's up to the creator if they really want to do that. He probably doesn't care if he brings attention to derivatives. He just probably cares about the name of his project more, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe to help lessen scams. I think I would do that. That's a cool one. And I don't think I can pick a favorite of these.
Yeah. Like I just think that they're sweet and really well done, and I feel like it's unique too. Like again, we've seen a ton of derivatives, and I feel like this one is kind of, out there, and I don't know. I don't know why, but I'm a big fan of it. So
No,
another
I
one that I
understand.
wish I would have gotten in on a free mint, but now at 0.18, I'm like, oh, do I want one now? Do I want to wait and see what happens? But like, yeah, scrolling through the fire there, I like that. The ones that have like the crown, or like, I mean, look at the like wizard hat there too. Like they just, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think I can pick a favorite. There's no. Ooh, we got like.
Yeah, they like clouds and like, yeah,
That looks like mythology right there.
yeah,
I don't know, I would totally print this out and
yeah.
hang it up on the wall.
I see that one's sweet. All right, the other free mint that happened that hasn't performed as well, but we got to bring up in this conversation, was I saw it drop the other night, called Memers. So Memers, as in lemurs, the animal. These ones are much more like traditional PFP style of like the cute animals, right? That run that we saw. These ones though, so lower supply, and the floor price now is 0.01. I mean, I remember seeing these at like, I don't know, 0.05 maybe or something. But they've come down. Alyssa, is this an example of like not all free mints work, or ultimately like, hey, it's still above zero, so technically, depending on how much you paid for gas, it's
Listen,
still positive?
there are projects that I minted that weren't free that went to zero so fast because they just sucked. Okay, so like, if you do a free mint and it's staying above zero, I think you did a pretty okay job.
Yeah, and I mean, this one that they say, no roadmap, no utility, I think, like right in their description. Yeah. On OpenSea, it says a collection of 4,444 memers on Ethereum. No roadmap, no Discord, no utility, just cute art and memes. Alyssa, how long can a project last with that being their description? Do they need to do something, down the road in order to like?
Why does this remind me of the goblins though? Like that bat guy? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Continue your question. Hold on.
It's like all these free mints are gonna end up being related. It's just like, yeah, like the Vine and stuff. Yeah, no, I know where you're going with
No,
this.
that
And
like I have one specific thing that just keeps bugging me. Okay, I don't know.
yeah. So Alyssa, here's a question for you. I saw someone pose on Twitter. If you do a free mint like memers, can you make your Twitter profile say the word sold out or not when you're not actually selling something?
I mean, it's technically sold out though.
Yeah.
Maybe not say sold out, say like something, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, and then there was a bunch more like goblin derivatives that then popped up. Like I saw like baby goblins. Oh, here we go. Baby goblins is at 0.039. I believe that was a free mint. So again, like Alyssa, if you miss out on goblins and you start to see some of these derivatives pop up in their free mints, are you like likely to just take a flyer because like what the hell? Like maybe it'll catch on or maybe like it'll shoot up. Like what are your thoughts on these free mint derivatives?
I think a quick scalp trade with these would
Yeah.
actually work. Because thinking back to all the Bored Ape derivatives, you
Yep.
could have made a decent amount of money from that if you didn't hold. I haven't checked on the derivatives lately, but like you could have made money, and it could be
Yeah.
the same with these. Not financial advice.
Yeah, I think one of the keys, I mean, again, is like right now that's the market we're in. These free mints, it's supply and demand, right? If a free mint has 10,000, as soon as those 10,000 are all claimed for free, people that missed out, they're willing to pay to get into the project. So we've seen it happen a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still you should be careful. If you can get the free mint, good, congratulations, and you can either hold it or sell it. I probably would sell it. Because I don't know. I was on Fiverr yesterday, and like there's artists up there saying, "Pay me $200 and I can make you a 10,000 NFT project." And
Wow.
people can easily just do that and throw it up
Yeah.
for free, get some money out of it, a lot of money out of it, and then they can leave.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's an excellent point. I want to bring up a tweet here that I saw from a friend of the show, John, who is the co-founder of Doge Pound, which we of course have talked about. Doge Pound, we've had him on the show. He talked about Goblin, and I really like what he said here. Right, is it isn't happening too much quite yet, but examples like Goblin Town are exactly what I think will happen as time goes on. I've said this for many months, and I think it will happen more and more. Brands that start with free mints. And what he does is he compares it to mobile gaming. So remember when mobile games used to cost like $1 to $10, right? You had to pay to download them. Eventually that model went away, and now we're in the freemium era, right? Where you download a game for free, you can play it for free. It's got ads, but if you want like to advance in the game, if you want different level ups, different outfits, different things, you have to spend money right inside the game. That's how these mobile games now are making money. Alyssa, I've downloaded, I've played my fair share of mobile games, and I definitely have spent money on in-game purchases. If I like the game, if I'm enjoying it, I'll shell out some money, right? I mean,
I'm currently doing that right now. I'm
yeah,
not gonna say
right.
what game.
Like instead of paying $50 for a console game, $60. If I download a free game, I'll spend $5-10 a month or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, until I don't enjoy it. So I love this comparison. What do you think of this analogy from John of comparing mobile gaming, the freemium adaptation, to these free mints now popping up in NFTs?
It is a great comparison, and I love that it's coming from John Lemon because doesn't he have experience in mobile
He
gaming?
does. He came from the gaming space. Yeah.
So
So
he knows it, and if he's saying this, like, yeah, no, it makes sense. Like free mints, I think more are gonna keep coming out, and if the project actually sticks around, they can begin like sending out merch, more NFTs that actually have a cost, like a mint cost.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah,
You know,
no, this is great.
Alyssa, you know what goes down with the amount of free mints that are happening? The amount of rug pulls that can happen, right?
Yeah, true.
It can't really be a rug pull if it was a free mint. I mean, again, you're paying the price of gas, but like it's that high risk, high reward. Except in this case, it's not really high risk if it's a free mint. You're just paying the gas fee. You're getting something, and you're hoping that ultimately the project has sustainability, a long life, or you can flip it. And
Yeah.
remember all these projects we had that minted before for like, 0.2, 0.5, even more than a 1 ETH, like Pixelmon and others, and then the projects died. People lost thousands of dollars in Ethereum after the projects went away. With free mint, you don't really have that.
I
You're just
think,
taking a chance, taking a shot.
yeah, I think with a free mint too, like if you wanted to try having your own project, but you weren't sure if it would stick around, a
Yeah.
free mint is a good idea. And if people actually like the art and whatnot, you can keep building on that.
Yeah.
It's like organic at that point, you know?
Exactly. 100% organic. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
build your brand out from it. You can always do airdrops later, to reward holders, and that's another way to increase sales volume, right? Because then you get secondary sales on the airdropped item. You can always do a mint later on, right? Like let's say your project catches on as a free mint. You could do a collection later where, hey, I'm gonna, allow people within goblins to mint this, right? And
Yeah.
do an allow list. Or, maybe you do a collection of 20,000 and goblins get one for free and the rest is a public mint. Like there's lots of ways you're essentially proving yourself. Like I really think this is good for the NFT market. And I think it's gonna wash out a lot of the negativity that we had around, some of these rug pulls, some of these different events that were happening in the space. Again, high risk, high reward. Except I think the risk is mitigating here.
I agree. And also, like, some people literally don't have the money to mint a project. So if this is allowing people to enter communities for free, like, where's this guy's? This one, like, NFTs actually help people
Yeah.
if they
Yep.
get into a community, and so that now they have friends and all that. So if it's a free mint, it actually helps a lot. And if if it keeps growing, that's pretty cool. I like these
Yeah,
free
for sure.
mints. Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. Speaking of free, there is a free NFT drop that's happening today. Now, this is probably not the next Goblin, right? It's probably not going to go to 8 ETH. In fact, I would be shocked if it does, because it's one NFT that a bunch of people can own. But we always like to share that information on the show. So there is a golf event happening today, sponsored by Capital One. It's called The Match, and it is Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers taking on Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen in a golf tournament airing on TNT tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, that event is co-sponsored by Autograph. If you don't know who Autograph is, it's an NFT company co-founded by Tom Brady. They've partnered with DraftKings before on several drops. Well, they are sponsoring one of the holes of the tournament. So what's going to happen is, as the golfers take part in that hole, a QR code is going to be on screen, right? You can scan that QR code and it will take you to the link to claim your free NFT. Spoiler alert, you don't actually need to click on the QR code. You can just go to the website and claim one for free. So sharing that, and let me drop the link in the chat right now to the Autograph page where you can find that. But Alyssa, what do you think of that QR code on screen? I mean, Super Bowl commercial with Coinbase. Remember how that like crashed their site? Like, is this the new thing to do crypto and NFTs, to have a QR code on screen and make people scan it?
It's definitely smart to do. I would scan a QR code. I don't know. I have to scan the QR code
Automatically. If you
yeah.
see it on TV now, I feel like you like automatically like, hey, this could be something.
Yeah.
So where did you know where I saw that? That show I was telling you about on Netflix. Love, Death and Robots, I think it's called. Pixel Vault has a deal with them, and I swear that a couple of the episodes have QR codes, and it takes you on like a little treasure hunt.
Ooh, that's
So like,
cool.
how about if shows do that instead of like choose your own adventure? Like find the QR code and make your own treasure hunt. Like that's you got me. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Like sign me up. So yeah, here's the autograph website here. So yeah, they partnered with Indy 500. They've done a couple drops recently. Their DraftKings partnership. But if you go to the website and you find the part about the match, again, Tom Brady co-founded this company, and so Alyssa, with that being said, like there's going to be millions of people that watch this this golf tournament today. Is this worth claiming because it's free, even though like there's going to be a lot of them? I think there is different rarities if I read that right. So like to me, that's why I want to claim it. Is you still have a chance to get like a rarer one where maybe you can like get some Tom Brady merch down the road or like get invited to an event. Like that's what sold me. But otherwise, like if 100,000 or more people own the same NFT, is there going to be future value with it? Or is that just too much supply?
I'm thinking of it as a baseball card or a Pokemon card, like the
Yeah.
most common. The more common it
Yeah.
is, yeah, I don't think so. But if you're a collector, go for it.
Yeah.
But I would
I
still.
think
I mean, yeah, if there's rarities, though, yeah, you
yeah,
could get
I'm pretty
lucky.
sure there's rarities, and I think again it goes back to free, right? Like, and you just have to either go to the website or watch the golf event and scan the QR code, right? You don't have to pay money, you don't have to take the day off of work, right, for this mint happening. Like it's very convenient, and to me that says, hey, yeah, like I will do it. Yeah, there's the redeem right there. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know if it'll show the image here, but I mean, I think we're gonna see this happening more. And like during sporting events, if you do this, like I just think that's a good way to connect with fans. It's also a good way for like cable companies, right, that have live sports to increase their viewership by making people want to watch it live. Like I just
True.
think that that's a genius move. So I'm here for it. And again, wanted to share that with you guys. So you have until midnight tonight to go to the autograph website and claim that NFT. After that, maybe tomorrow we'll find out how many people actually claimed it, and then maybe we'll know how valuable it actually is. Alyssa, outside of the free mints, there is a mint that is happening. It was supposed to happen yesterday. Their contract was paused due to some issues. But I want to talk about Akumu Dragonz.
Yes.
Because this one's kind of exciting. And so it reminds me of when we had Solana Legend on the show, right? And he talked a lot about the dragons that were on Solana. So this is a project. So is it Boryoko Dragonz?
Yeah.
There's 1,111 of them on the Solana blockchain. It sold out in 3 minutes. It's been one of the hottest Solana projects. They also did a breeding system. They built out their whole thing. Well, all along, part of their roadmap was that they wanted to expand into the sandbox game, and they wanted to have a metaverse experience with cross-chain capabilities. So what this is the Ethereum version of the dragons. It's a whole new collection of pixel dragons minted for 0.169 ETH. And you will be able to use your Solana dragons and your Ethereum dragons both in the ecosystem. Alyssa, how cool is that to kind of connect Ethereum and Solana within the same project? Is that something we're going to see replicated down the road?
I hope so, because that's really smart, in my opinion, and cool. Because, like, you've got, like, Solana maxis and then Ethereum maxis, and
Yeah.
you can have
Look
them
at that
both in your project.
dragon.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that
cool.
dragon looks sweet. Like I want one. 0.169. I didn't get on the allow list like I tried. So the floor right now is 0.68. And again, not all of them have been minted due to the contract issues. So they haven't revealed yet. Not financial advice, but I definitely almost got one of these for like 0.5 ETH yesterday.
Nice.
But then the floor started going up. I think this goes above 1 once the contract resumes and it sells out, and it is going to sell out because the allow list for 10,000 or 4,000 places, because I think like they gave away a bunch and all the Boryoku Dragons got a free one or on the allow list. There was like 40,000 or 50,000 that tried to get those 4,000 spots. So again, supply and demand, right? There's demand, supply is limited. We know what happens or what can happen, and they've been a successful Solana project, and combining Solana with Ethereum, this cross chain, I really like what they're doing. And I really like these images too. Like I am a fan of this artwork. I'm a fan of their ecosystem. What do you think of the dragons, Alyssa?
They're very nice. I like the originals.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're allowing people to come on in Ethereum, like it's a new mint, so you have a chance of getting in now. Oopsies. I love it. I love their artwork. I'm obsessed with it.
And if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong here, I don't think you can get the original Boryoku Dragons on OpenSea. I think it's only on like Magic Eden and Solana marketplaces. So like again, this brings the whole OpenSea user base into their ecosystem for the first time. That's massive.
True. That's true. And it's like I said, it's really smart.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it sold out fast. And like looking at their Magic Eden now, they already did airdrops. They already did a breeding game, token burning mechanics, and then they're working on that multi-chain community. So like in a short amount of time, this project I think has really succeeded, and I am a fan of this team, this project, the artwork, and a lot of things about them. The contract issues, of course, you know, some people will point to that, you know, being a negative, right? But they paused the contract in the middle of the mint because they found issues with it. They could have just kept going, which probably means that people on the allow list wouldn't have been able to mint. It would have been bots, you know, getting thousands of them. So I'm a fan of that too, of them taking their time, reassessing. So I'm happy to see when this mint happens again. And if I can get one for 0.5, that's where I'm at, maybe a little bit more. But I think ultimately next week when we're talking about this, it will be over 1, not financial advice.
Oh, was this released? Okay.
All right, what do we got next? So yeah, I was reading through their paper, the dragons. Prada, the luxury brand, is one of the latest to dip their toes into NFTs. So they're doing a time capsule apparel release, 100 Ethereum NFTs tomorrow. The cool thing about this is that they partnered with Cassius Hurst, who's the son of Damien Hirst. Damien Hirst, of course, well known in the NFT space. He dropped projects like The Currency. One of the things, though, with Hirst launched before is that you could decide, do I want my NFT, the digital, or do I want to burn that and get a physical artwork shipped to my house to put on my wall? Well, Prada is not making people decide. You're going to get both. You're going to have a digital asset, an NFT, and you're also going to get Prada clothes. Alyssa, what do you think of this? Another big name getting into the NFT space and not just doing NFTs, but connecting it to a physical item.
Clapping. Good. Yeah. Good job, Prada.
Good job, Prada. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it for Prada. I mean, Adidas did similar to this, right? Where we had the Adidas originals. If you had the NFT, you got physical merch shipped your way. So
is this what we're getting?
That's what you're getting.
Okay.
Is you're getting shirts to begin with. I think actually you're gonna get more down the road. But I feel like this article also had there's the capsules. So like that's what your shirt comes in too, is like this container.
That's cool.
And the cool thing is, I didn't know this because I mean I don't shop at Prada a lot, but apparently they've done these time capsules before. For limited edition items, they would ship stuff out in these time capsules. So again, they're connecting with their history, their limited time, limited edition merch into the NFT space and bridging that gap. I'm here for that, and I think it's great.
Yeah, good job, Prada.
Good job, Prada. All right, we're running out of time. I want to talk about Cool Cats, and I'm probably going to talk about Cool Cats again tomorrow or next week because, as I mentioned last week at VCon, Mitch and I were able to interview Klon and Elu, the co-founders of Cool Cats, and I'm so excited to share that interview. But I joined a Twitter Spaces last week with Cool Cats where they had their town hall. And it was really informative. And also, we saw the floor price go from 3 to 4 ETH because of what was said. Essentially, after being, somewhat quiet, a lot of people in the community asking for them to do more, they said, okay, here's what we're doing. And they shared a roadmap recently that had, some information on it. They also announced new collections are coming, which they shared some artwork. Klon shared some artwork on future projects. They're also going to do more contests, more games in their Discord. Right there. There's the picture. All right, Alyssa, we like the cats. I'm a big fan of Blue Cat. I asked my kids this too, and I said, all right, you guys love the cat. What character in this picture is your next favorite? Before I say what they picked, Alyssa, I picked the bird, the red bird. What do you pick? Do you pick the red bird?
Yeah, or
Okay,
that one,
that's fine.
or
You can pick the same.
that one, or the top right. What is that? What is that?
A lizard or almost like a dinosaur.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I'm surprised my oldest didn't pick that because he loves dinosaurs. My kids were big fans of the green, I'm going to say monkey with the peace sign on the left-hand side. That was their pick.
I like that one too.
But I am here for this. I'm ready to see what they're doing. But people are buying up Cool Cats. People are talking about Cool Cats on Twitter. People are changing their profile pictures back to Cool Cats. I love seeing this. And again, you can see it right there in the thread on screen. More characters equals more opportunities to bring people into their ecosystem, right? So they did Cool Cats. Then they did Cool Pets. Based on the conversations I had, that interview that you guys are going to see, they want more people into the Cool Cats ecosystem, into Cooltopia. And they don't want everything to be expensive and out of reach. So for that reason, I think these will end up being airdropped to Cool Cat members, or I think they'll end up being a public mint with a lower price, right? Because they want more people in the space. Alyssa, I'm actually thinking about buying a Cool Pet egg and doing the quest with my kids. Because you also generate the milk token. It would get me into the Cool Cat ecosystem. And you can get one right now for like 0.41 or something unrevealed. So it's just the egg. You control its destiny. You pick what type it is. What do you think of that? Questing with the kids. Is that something I should do?
Yes, and maybe even stream it. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I feel like that's a dumb question at this point, right? Like the answer is yes. Yes, you should do that.
Bring them in this ecosystem. Yes.
Yeah. I'm so excited for everyone to see that interview with Cool Cats, and I'm really happy that they did this town hall last week and they generated this much excitement. And it's one of those things. And again, talking to the founders of projects, like your community shows a lot of support, but they also can be very impatient. They also want to know what's next, what's coming. When is this coming? Why hasn't this happened yet? And they answered a lot of those questions, but they have more coming too. And that's all I can say. I love the project and I'm so excited. And we like the cats, and not just the cats. We like these other characters on screen too. Yeah. Let us know in the chat what one is your favorite. Again, Alyssa and I like the bird. My kids like the green monkey there. I just love Klon's artwork. Like, what a cool guy. And he designed all these different characters over the years. And I'm so excited to see this whole ecosystem built out in front of us.
I'm really happy for Klon. Like, he's an artist who gets to show his work and visioned it to the world. Like, he must feel so happy.
Yeah, and quick preview, spoiler of our interview. That was one of my questions for him, and I know, Alyssa, we pulled up this tweet before of him sharing like at a art fair, right, where he had like this booth, and it was, don't get right there. Okay, it's his pin tweet, easy to find. 2015, the cartoonist. Look at that. There is no line. People, he had this artwork ready for sale, and times changed. Now it is a huge NFT brand, and Klon told Benzinga, you'll see in this interview, that he actually had to put the cat down for a little bit, work a real job outside of art to support himself, and then NFTs allowed him to go back to being an artist. That is the ultimate success story. I love it. So I'm excited for everyone to hear more from Klon. Alyssa, we're over on time. We didn't get to all our topics as predicted, but we'll be back tomorrow. And I think we will have the first part of that VCon interviews that we did to air tomorrow. So we will be talking probably news and headlines tomorrow, and also recapping those interviews. So you definitely do not want to miss tomorrow's episode. And also follow us on Twitter, follow Benzinga, and you will find out exactly when that VCon episode is going to air right here on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel, and we are so excited for you to see that video. Anything else for today, Alyssa?
Like Chris said, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of
MySpace,
the above.
LinkedIn, all of them. Yeah,
all of it. So you can just be updated with the news, with NFTs, with stocks, and everything.
All right. Well, smash that like on your way out. And again, thank you to everyone watching us live and watching us on replay and listening to the podcast. We will catch you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Stay tuned for pre-market prep at the close. Coming up with Spencer and Joel breaking down all the top headlines in stocks and crypto. That is it for today. Alyssa and I will catch you